Episode 65. Sun Ergu, having agreed to the task, immediately threw himself into it with all his might, for the sake of his own life and future prosperity.
No need. Now that I know the time and place, taking their lives will be as easy as turning over my hand. But after they're gone, I doubt you'll be able to take over the four-piece gang, will you?
Well, yes. I'm just a regular captain in the gang. There are plenty of others with higher status and more seniority than me.
It's fine. I said you'd be the leader of the Siping gang, and you will be. I'll send Ku Hun to you. He'll deal with anyone who opposes you and will act as your personal bodyguard for a while.
Han Li gave 3 light knocks on the wall of the neighboring room. Moments later, Ku Hun appeared before the two of them.
Take this. Keep it on you, hidden close to your body. As long as you have this on you, the Soul Driver will obey your commands. It will help you eliminate your enemies and secure your position as the gang leader.
Han Li took the soul guiding bell from his robes, ran his fingers over it once, then handed it to Sun Ergu with great solemnity. The holder of the soul guiding bell could command the soul, even if they weren't its true master. This was another method Dr. Mo had taught Han Li for controlling the soul, and as long as the original master who dripped their blood essence on the soul-guiding bell remained alive, no one else could tamper with this magic tool, no matter what they tried. So Han Li wasn't worried about Sun Ergu harboring any treacherous ideas or plotting against him. Having personally witnessed the Soul Driver bell's awesome power, Sun Ergu was overjoyed to receive the small bell. His courage swelled instantly.
Thank you for your great favor, young master. I will serve you with all my heart and soul.
But Sun Ergu was no fool. He knew that even if he did become the leader of the Siping gang, he'd just be a puppet for this master. So, whenever he got the chance, he'd still pour on the flattery and protest his loyalty.
Go back and get ready. The moment that gang leader dies, you take control of the Siping gang in the chaos. But remember this one thing. You must deliver the person who saw the male and female immortals to me, completely unharmed. I have some questions for him.
Rest assured, young master, I'll bring him to you in one piece. You won't be disappointed.
Good. Take the Soul Driver and go. Next time you come to see me, you'll be the leader of your own gang.
I'll take my leave.
Seeing that Han Li had effectively dismissed him, Sun Ergu promptly and tactfully withdrew from the room, with the Soul Driver following close behind. Once Sun Ergu left the room, Han Li stood up. He paced a half-circle inside, then suddenly let out a long, melodious whistle. Not long after, the crimson cloud bird darted in through the window and alighted on Han Li's shoulder. Han Li took a bottle from his robe and poured out a yellow chestnut pill, the cloud crimson bird's favorite treat.
Little one, follow the man who just left the house. If he tries to flee the moment he's outside the city limits, come back and tell me immediately.
Upon hearing Han Li's words, the crimson cloudbird immediately flew out the window and vanished into the sky. Shen Zhongshen was in a fine mood, seated in a private room at the Shaoshang Pavilion with a beautiful woman in his arms.
Miss Jin, why don't you just give in to our leader's wishes? Our chief, you see, has never been this smitten with a woman before. He didn't even finish handling the gang's affairs before rushing over here in such a hurry.
The speaker was a dark-skinned, heavy-set man in a baggy gray robe, with a waist as thick as a barrel, easily twice the girth of an ordinary person. He finished speaking, already a little out of breath.
Exactly, Miss Jinji. Our guildmaster has come to support your show every single afternoon for 5 days straight. He spent a small fortune. But you, on the other hand, only let our leader hug and hold you a little. You wouldn't even spend a single night with him. That's just too unreasonable.
This time, the speaker was a middle-aged scholar with a black mole on his face. His eyes held a sinister glint, marking him as a man of cunning schemes. Inside the room, besides Shen Zhongshan, there were 3 other men, the 3 great Dharma protectors of the Siping gang. The black, rotund fellow was Mad Fist Qin Jin. Despite his immense bulk, he had mastered the 18 frenzied strikes to a terrifying degree, having beaten to death many a renowned master. As for the scholar, that's the venomous scholar Fan Ju. While he's mastered a fierce Snow Peak sword technique, what truly made his name was his ruthless and treacherous nature. The silent man standing off to the side was Shen San, the Flying Dagger, the most skilled martial artist among the three great protectors. His signature technique of launching 18 flying daggers in rapid succession had eliminated many a renowned master who came seeking vengeance for Shen Zhongshan. Being a distant relative of Shen's himself, he was the most trusted lieutenant in the entire gang. The three men, like Shen Zhongshan, each held a beautiful woman in their laps. But none of these women possessed the captivating allure of the one in Shen Zhongshan's arms. Hearing this from Mad Fist and the Poison Scholar, little Jinji, who had been giggling just a moment before, immediately looked on the verge of tears, her eyes welling up.
For Master Fan and Master Kyun to say such things about me, that's truly an injustice to Jinji. The moment I laid eyes on Master Shen, I knew he was a true hero. To be able to share life and death with him, that would be the greatest honor I could ever ask for. But as you both know, my body belongs to the Shaoshang house. Without Madame Wang's permission, if I were to keep a guest for the night on my own, I'd be beaten to death. Why doesn't Master Shen go and ask Madame Wang? If she agrees to let Jinji take a guest, I promise I'll take very good care of you tonight.
The courtesan's words were artfully phrased, painting a picture of deep and sincere affection for Shen Zhongshan. This half-truth left Qin Jin and Fan Zhu momentarily speechless. Of course they had asked about the price for a night with Little Gold Branch, but Madame Wang was a lioness, demanding an exorbitant sum. She used the excuse that the girl had never taken a client for the night before, and the figure she named made even a gang leader like Shen Zhongshan's heart skip a beat. So, the deal was never struck.
Thank you for your concern, my two worthy brothers. But it's no trouble. I just closed a major deal a couple of days ago. This little sum is nothing. No one minds that. Just don't go back on your word. You'll have to serve me well when the time comes.
Shen Zhongshan was a hulking brute, his arms and chest thick with coarse black hair. His arms were unnaturally long, making him look like a clothed beastman, a truly hideous and frightening sight. Yet, this crude and ugly brute just a few years prior had used his masterful Tongbi fist to kill the former leader of the Siping gang, Go Tianpo, along with his 4 trusted lieutenants, seizing control of the gang for himself. So in the Jianghu circles of Jieyuan City, he was absolutely a top-tier master with a name and a reputation.
Master Shen.
Who is it?
Just delivering the drinks, sirs.
Then bring it in already.
As soon as Qin Jin finished speaking, a young man dressed in servant's attire walked in. The plain-looking young man held a tray in both hands, laden with food and 2 jugs of wine.
Bring that wine over here. Let this lord have a taste first, see how it is.
Yes.
The young servant stepped forward and placed the wine jug on the table. The fat man grabbed the wine jug the moment he saw it and raised it to his lips for a taste.
Hold on, fatty.
What's up?
Qian Jin was a bit confused, but trusting Shen San, he instinctively stopped. Ignoring the fat man's confusion, Shen San placed a hand on the knife pouch at his waist, rose slowly to his feet, and fixed his gaze on the serving boy.
The person who served the dishes earlier wasn't you. Where's the original one?
Oh, we're just swamped with guests. Li is running errands for the other private rooms, so I'm filling in for him. Is there something you need, sir?
The servant boy paled instantly under Shen San's gaze and stammered out a reply in a panic. Seeing the man's reaction, Shen San's expression softened a little. But he didn't seem entirely reassured. He turned to the little Jinji nestled in Shen Zhongshan's arms and spoke.
Miss Jin, do you know this man? Is he really one of your Shaoshang court's people?
To be honest, Master Shen, the man does look unfamiliar. But our Shaoshang court has hundreds of people in total. It's not at all strange that I haven't seen him before.
Xiao San, aren't you putting Miss Jin in a difficult position? How could such a delicate, beautiful woman possibly know a mere servant? Are you suggesting this person is an assassin who infiltrated from the outside?
Boss, we make our living on the edge of a blade. It's better to be careful.
Shen San's face remained expressionless, his gaze still locked on the young man delivering the food.
His steps are unsteady, his eyes lack focus. He's clearly no martial artist. If you're still not convinced, I have a method that can put everyone's minds at ease.
The scholar Fan Ju suddenly spoke up, his voice laced with a dark, insinuating tone. He had long resented Shen San, who had joined the four-piece gang after him yet enjoyed more of Shen Chongshan's trust. Now, as the self-proclaimed brains of the gang, he was determined to make Shen San look like a complete fool.
Oh? What method is that? Go ahead and give it a try, Brother Fan.
Since this man has no martial skills, if he truly means us harm, the only way he could do it is by tampering with the food and wine. No, we'll have this fellow sample every dish and drink, then the truth will be clear.
Hey, Brother Fang, that's a great idea. Kid, you drink this wine for me first, then eat the food. If you hesitate for even a second, I'll twist your head right off.